So good afternoon all the monks brothers. The benefit of listening to the Dhamma is like this. Number one, you have a chance to hear something that you never heard before. And number two, even though that topic you heard before, it's a good time for you to relearn. And the third benefit is while you listening to the Dhamma, your mind is wholesome. No greed, no hatred, no anger. You just want to acquire the wisdom. And the last one, it's the perfect way to adjust the right view. For today, the topic is finding the truth in illusion. What is the truth? What is illusion? If we think of the Buddha happened to be human being just like us. Was born in a good life, born in the palace, and with the keen sense of observation, the Prince Siddhartha or the Buddha to be develops some sort of smart way of looking at life, think outside the box. He sees something is not fulfilling of the life in the palace. So he decided to leave and look for the answer, as you learn in the subject of the history of the Buddha. Just to keep it short, if someone asks you what is Buddhism, one way to answer this is Buddhism is the teaching about the truth. And that truth refers to the ultimate truth, the truth of realities. And why we don't know that truth? Why all of us have to wait for someone to achieve enlightenment and tell us that's truth? So that means the truth that we are talking about is something or someone doesn't want us to know. Is being blind, is being blocked us from getting to know that truth. We get to that in a moment. So the Buddha is the one who discovered that truth, the truth of realities. He discovered it, he analyzed it, and he shared with us openly to everyone. Whether you understand or not, that's another story. But his job, 45 years of his teaching career, that's what he did, to teach people about this truth. And when someone understands that truth, most of them achieve enlightenment in a certain level. They will be liberated from their own suffering. That's the beauty of the teaching. So the Buddha awakened to the truth. He understands it. It's the universal truth. Okay? Sometimes we call it the Dhamma. And he teach, he reveal, he analyze, he explained, and he point us to the path that lead to the way to realize that truth. And how come everyone listen to the same Dhamma talk? Some achieve liberation, some not. Nothing the Buddha can do. He's just the pointer. He point you the way. You go this, you find that. Some go, some don't. Some go and quit. Some get there, some don't get there. There are many factors involved. What is your faith level towards the teaching? That's the starting point, right? Some people have strong faith. Some people have a little faith. Try few times, doesn't work, I quit. Meditation, enlightenment, not for me. I don't see anything, don't hear anything, has been sitting 3 months, and then people quit. You need to understand the whole picture and put into your practice until you have direct experience with that Dhamma by yourself, and then that's help you to strengthen your faith toward the teaching. There's something more than that. For the moment, you may sit and aiming at to have a peace of mind, no thought, can stay in that moment for the rest of the session. Eventually you get there. So you feel good about it. But that's not the ultimate goal of the meditation. You just begin. There's more refined than that you can achieve. If you quit there, that's how much you can get. If you continue, then you can experience something more refined later on down the road. So we should feel thankful that at least we have someone had achieved that advanced wisdom to realize this truth and share the truth with us. So without the Buddha, we wouldn't know what it is. We have no idea. So for today's lecture, if you have a question about who am I, where did I come from, why am I here, where am I going after that, who am I really, you may have some hope to find the answer to those questions from this lecture. So beyond the material existence, number one, is there anything more than just being a human, get good education, good job, good family, take care of each other and then die? Is there anything more than just daily survival? Have you ever reflect on that area? Is there any inner life inside this physical life? Is it possible to have the inner life in this physical life? Okay. So the world that we're living in like delusion world. Sometimes we call illusion. We don't see things the way they are. We only experience the surface, of that pleasure, and we cling on it, and then we end up suffering. This is the life in this. There's a reason behind that, which we'll get to the answer in a moment. And there must be something else. The Buddha have come to realize that truth. He awakened to the truth. He sees things differently than before. There's more than just everyone's born, try to work hard, get a good life, try to be the best version of themselves and die. There's more than just that. And to get to that understanding, we need the ultimate wisdom. With wisdom, you have the tool to see and to analyze things the way they are, the way it should be. I like to start off with this story today. There was a story of a group of people, they call themselves Patawaki. Patawaki, there are 30 of them. They happen to be a young, rich 30 men. That group happen to be rich, don't know what to do, just traveling, enjoy life here and there. So 29 of them get married, they have wife. But one of them, he doesn't have wife. So one day they feel like, well, today let's hang out, have fun, go to the park. So the friends just pay one of the girl to accompany this man because he doesn't have wife. So he can have someone to talk to. So they happen to be going out, having fun, having a good time together in the park. And this girl, when she finds the opportunities, she starts to steal their possession, money, gold, and something valuable from this rich man. And they realize that, hey, my money is gone. So they stop and turn themselves to locate that girl. She ran away. And while they were doing that, they ran into the Buddha. The Buddha happened to be sitting nearby in that area. But in the reality, the Buddha planned to be there. Okay, there was no coincidence why he just showed up there. He knew the nature of these 30 young men, that they have the qualification to achieve a certain level of understanding of the Dhamma. So the Buddha there actually went there and waiting for them to come. And the moment these 30 men and the wives came and approached the Buddha, they start asking the Buddha, have you seen the girl walk past by? Instead of answering that question to them, the Buddha asked them the question, which would be better for you, that you should go in search for a woman, or that you should go in search for yourself? In other words, looking for a woman or looking for self? That's a very profound question from the Buddha. And these young men, they're smart. When you ask the right question, you get people's attention. So they stop and they think, what does it mean by looking for yourself? I am here sitting in front of you. What do you mean looking for myself? I am here. So the Buddha means something deeper than that, right? Definitely. Here, woman is not just woman. Okay, woman. You can think of woman as any form of sense pleasure, money, fame, shopping, eating, traveling. That's the worldly material. This is the sense pleasure. Every one of us, we are trapped in the realm of sense pleasure. We're looking for something fun, something enjoyable, something that we can feel, can touch, can eat, can take, can own. And we want more of that. There's no end to it. In our mind, there is a virus that implants in the mind the moment that everyone was born. And that virus is functioning 24/7 non-stop. Crave for more. Once you get there, I want more of this. The Buddha knows their audience. And there is a typical teaching when the Buddha gives the Dhamma talk, the newcomer to the Dhamma. He starts from something simple. We call the gradual sermon. Start from talking about the benefit of donation, giving. And then the Buddha start talking about observing precept, benefit of precept. And then the third one is getting more advanced. Okay, giving easy, offering food, okay, easy to do. I like that. I want to do it. And then the Buddha start talking about precept. Precept, you need to make an effort, right? Try not to telling a lie. Try not to kill. Try not to say something bad. So it's more difficult than just giving. And then the Buddha introduced something, it's about the sense pleasure, the danger of the sense pleasure, getting more advanced. Number 4, the Buddha will start introduce them to get to know the benefit of living the sense pleasure world. And lastly, he will talk about the benefit of heavenly treasure once following the Dhamma. So the lay people like to listen to this kind of Dhamma. It's soft, it's understandable, and there's a clear structure, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And usually at the end of the last topic, their mind is ready for the advanced teaching, which the Buddha wait for that moment. If the Buddha introduced something that get to the point where the student can understand, and at the end of the teaching, many of them wants to ordain, live the lay life. Same thing with these 30 men, they decided to, following the Buddha teaching fully, they got themselves ordained. At the end of that 5 teaching, the Buddha just get to the point of the meaning of life. What is mean by self? Self, in the deepest level, the Buddha point them to the path of achieve enlightenment. When they understand the word self, they know how to let go, then their mind will be liberated. There is no point for me keep entertaining myself with women, with money for the rest of my life. There's something more meaningful than that. And life is so short, life is so limited. We don't have a lot of time in this world. So it's worth following the teaching of the Buddha. So their mind is so ready for that teaching. So, and at the end, all of them ordain and achieve, at least Sodapatana, which is the stream winner, the first level of enlightenment. And that's the story of these 30 rich young men who looking for a woman but end up got themselves ordained to look for something more meaningful. What exactly that blinding us from not knowing the truth of life, the true nature of things? The foundation of the word illusion point to the Pali word called avijja, this one. This is one of the most important vocabulary in Buddhist texts, avijja. Because of this, we are here. Because of this, we have suffering. So we have to know what is avijja. We don't know about it that much. We don't know why it has to come and bother us. We born with it, we live with it, we die with it, and it's go with us for the future lifetime. There's no end to it. If we don't know what it is, if we don't know how to deal with it, we're going to keep reborn non-stop. The Buddha happened to know the things behind the scene that keep us trapped in the realm of existence. So avijja blind us from knowing the truth of life, the truth of the world that we're living in, the true nature of things that we're supposed to know. It's distort our perception to see, not to see things the way they are. And the craving that stems from avijja also blind us. It creates desire, it creates attachment, that once the desire controls our mind, we will attach to something and then we end up suffering. It also blinds us from knowing that this can be free, this process can be free. Liberation is possible. We don't know all of this. We know that we have to get up in the morning, go to work, make a living, pay the bills. That's pretty much that we know. And the nature of avijja or ignorance, at least 3 things keep in mind. Not understand the Four Noble Truths. This is the classic definition of what is avijja or ignorance that can be found in the Buddhist text and throughout all the sutra. What is avijja? Okay, not knowing the Four Noble Truths. And now we have to ask ourselves, what are the Four Noble Truths? How much do we know about the Four Noble Truths? And the second nature of ignorance is misinterpretation, because our perception is being distorted. So we don't see things the way they are. And it creates confinement. It keeps us trapped in the realm of existence. The realm of existence not necessarily always mean that we die, we reborn, someplace else, we come back and reborn, keep on doing this. That's one way of looking at the confinements. In this very moment, in this very life, confinement can be super mundane experience, like you crave for Coca-Cola, you crave for pizza, you crave for chocolate ice cream. You are trapped in that without knowing it. Some people keep on smoking. They know it's bad, but they cannot let go. You see how strong of this desire How strong of this avijja that force us to do things unwholesomely. You know it's bad, you still cannot win the battle. Even a man who got smoked all his life and once he got diagnosed he has the lung cancer, he still wants to smoke. Why don't he stop? Because the power of this guy is so strong. It forced the mind to pick up the cigarette and smoke. The body has already gone bad, developed cancer. Just give me a cigarette. I'm okay to die. To see how strong of this. If you look at this, if someone were to put the green eyeglass for the horse, from that moment onward, whatever the horse is seeing is become green, beautiful, nature, nice, wonderful. Even though the horse may see the dry glass, but it still look through this lens, the glass is green, I want to eat it. And when he eat it, he suffer because the glass is not real one, it's dry one. The nature, everything green, everything. The world is so wonderful, so beautiful because someone put the glass for the horse. Sometimes red color, sometimes green color. So you only have one view. Your view is being blocked. Your view is being blind. Your view is being distorted by this glass. At the moment, you look through the world through your lens, and your lens is not clear. It gets infected. The lens is not clear. It's crowded. That's why we trap in here of the realm of not knowing the truth. So we end up suffering on a daily basis. We see impermanent as permanent. This is called Anicha. Refusing to accept the change. We feel like if we have something, we believe that we can secure that happiness. You get a new phone, new car, new relationship. You think that I can secure that relationship for a very long time, which is not the case. Seeing suffering as happiness is called dukkha. This is happening all the time, right? Mistaking temporary pleasure for joy. Like I said, if you drink alcohol, you may feel happy. You smoke cigarette, you think that it makes you happy. But it's not the case. You see dukkha as happiness. You poison yourself. And you're willing to do so because the power of avijja and craving is so strong. And not seeing not self as self. It's called anatta, clinging on illusion. Just to give you an easy example that you can relate it to, like if I give the Dhamma talk like this, and I expect more view, more follower, more subscriber, I expect more good comment. Once I post it online, I don't get that. People complain about my talk, people complain about everything that I say, I get upset. Why I get upset? I crave for praise, I crave for good comment. If I don't get it, I upset. But if I get it, I feel elation, I feel super joy, super happy. My ego changed. I want to do more, so people like me more. That's illusion. Whether you happy, whether you sad, that's illusion. It's illusion. Don't be trapped by this. The Buddha once said, "Come and see this world, which is like a decorated royal chariot. The foolish are immersed in it, but the wise are not attached to it." You think of the royal chariot, beautiful, decorated by gold, by jewelry, by diamonds, beautiful. But we can think of this as the world of sense pleasure. You can name it. Money, fame, woman, success, education, whatever it is. It's just delusion. People are so attached to it, look for it, crave for it, and once they have it, they attach to it. If they don't get it, they suffer. If they get it, they don't want that thing to be separate from them. And once it happens again, they're suffering. Wife, children, car, house, you name it. But for the wise people, they are not attached to it. So I think those 30 gentlemen that are listening to the Dhamma the Buddha gave in these particular occasions, they get to understand this. Their mind is soft, malleable, it's workable, the mind is ready to receive this kind of teaching, to start to understand the real meaning of life, and start to see the danger of the sense pleasure. So this is the world that we're living in. Okay? It looks beautiful, everything looks under control, but in the reality, it's not. The world is like theaters and a cage. Let's look at the first perspective. Life as a performance. This is the big theaters. Everyone has role to play. Some of you wear several hats. You become a son, you become a student. Some of you are fathers, some of you are boss, husbands. We have role to play. And do you think that you play that role with illusion or with wisdom? Do you think you can lead your son, your wife, your family to the wholesome path? Why some father encourage the son to kill, to drink, to gambling? It's okay. You're a man. You experience all of that. Why some father said no? Why? It's illusion or wisdom. We don't know that we don't know. What is your view toward the world? What is your right view of living good life? Everyone has different view. And view, where did view come from? View is not yours. You inherit view from your environment, from father, mother, from teacher, from the book that you read, from people that you hang out with. If you hang out with the monk, if you're a lay person, you hang out with the monk, one day you want to become a monk. You hang out with doctor, engineer, lawyer, you want to become one of them. They have influence in your life. You hang out with a group of people who love meditate, you're going to be one of them, go meditate with them. If you hang out with a friend who love to go out for the party, drinking, gambling, again, you're going to be one of them. This become your view. This is okay. Why? Because my friend doing it. My father doing it. So it's illusion. This is a performance. So you need to perform your life in these gigantic theaters. From day one that you're born, do you play your best in that role? When you get to that time of life, when you become a father, become a boyfriend, become the boss, do you think that you can be a good boss, good boyfriend, good employees? What is your view toward your life? At the end of the day, doesn't matter who we are, we all dancing in the canvas of suffering. Life is so emptiness. Keep on dancing. Whether you rich, poor, highly educated, no education, you are dancing on the canvas of suffering, of craving, of clinging, of attachment. The moment that you own something, new job, new relationship, that's the same moment you start counting down to separate from that thing. Do you aware of that? Or you only look through the positive side, the happiness side of that, and neglect, things that might go wrong down the road. And when it happens, that's why people cannot accept, people cannot handle it. Why? I just got married, only 1 year my wife developed cancer. Why? Not fair. You beat yourself up. Wife died, husband commits suicide. Is that the way life is? How do we deal with this? Another dimension of look at this, you think of this gigantic chicken coop. I'll talk about this more in tomorrow's lecture. Chicken doesn't know why it's there. Chicken may feel like, oh, I have freedom. Human give me food, human give me water. I can run around, I can getting married, have kids, take my family running around in this area. The chicken has ignorant mind. If ignorant means doesn't know the true nature of life, chicken and us the same. Chicken doesn't know why it's there. And next week it become food for some human, become KFC, become chicken burger somewhere. But chicken have no idea why am I here. They are raised to be killed. And that's the painful truth, whether chicken know or not. And we as a human being, we also in this, we as a human being, we may feel like, oh, I am a free man. I'm a freedom. I have a freedom. I can go anywhere in this world, traveling the world, do things that I want to do. Somehow the coop is the prison of the chicken is small, but for us the whole world is the prison. Without letting us know that you are trapped in this gigantic prison. We are the prisoner of the samsara, the prisoner of the cycle of existence. We have no idea who keep us here, why I have to be here. And we can be killed any day, any moment. The Mara can attack us any moment. Death can come any moment. Your heart can stop any moment. Your lung can stop function any moment. Nothing can guarantee that. We are the prisoner of the samsara. The Buddha discovered this. He compared himself that he was the first chicken who break the holes of this cage. And he let the world know, guys, wake up. We are trapped here in the cycle of existence. Whether you believe or not, that's your choice. But this is what I want to let you know. And this is one of the amazing teaching. For me, it's very deep to reflect. The Buddha once said, houses are impermanent. On and on, life after life. Houses mean what? Houses mean this 5 aggregate. This is life. I, the Buddha himself, have been searching for the house builder. Painful is birth, again and again. I have seen you, the house builder. Now the Buddha found this guy, the house builder. You won't build a house again. Your rafters are all broken. Your rig post is shattered. My mind is released from limits. In this very life, it will dissipate. That's very short but extremely deep. Buddha figured out the night that he achieved enlightenment. Where did he come from? Why is he here? Why he have been born and reborn for a countless lifetime through the cycle of existence. Through this prison, he has become the prisoner just like all of us without knowing. Who built this gigantic prison? Who built all of this being? Why they keep us here? Why they don't want to let us know? So the Buddha found the house builders. The thing or the power that built the house, that create this 5 aggregates, that create this law. When you do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. You do this, you born in hell. You do that, you born in heaven. You do this, you born as animal. You do this, you born as human. Who creates such a law? And the Buddha see the whole picture on the night that he achieved enlightenment. The first wisdom is the wisdom that allow him to look back into his previous life. The second kind of wisdom that he achieved is the wisdom for him to witness the life of others, where the life come from. Now he understands the law of karma. Everything happens from cause. If you do this, there will be the consequence of this action. And he also know the guy behind the scene, the house builders. Once he noticed this, it's impossible for this guy to build his house no more. So the rebirth process is ended for him. But for us, we have no idea what is a house builder. Who am I? Why am I here? We have no idea. And that's the deep of the teaching of the Buddha. In the advanced meditation, they're aiming at try to understand what this means. We call vipassana level, to see life the way they are. And in some teaching, the Buddha said there is no secure place in an unstable world. The world was insubstantial all around. All directions were in turmoil. Desiring abode for myself, I did not see any place secure. So as long as a man still continue to reborn, even though you may know the Dhamma, you may secure your precept, you may secure your life after death to be born in heaven, it's still considered insecure. When the time is up, that being return to human realm. If he happened to be with the wrong crowd, people who don't know the precept, no Buddhism, no nothing, again, commit the bad karma, go back down to lower realm. It takes time to come back to be human, to access to the Dhamma, to do good and go back to heaven. All of this is dangerous. The Buddha did not support even the finger snap of rebirth in any realms of existence. That's through the lens of the wise people. But for us, we have no clue. So for the Buddha's dark assessments, 0 second, not even a finger snap of existence is approved. 100% dissatisfaction, like a fecal matter, even a small bit of it is very sting. If you notice something sting, something dirty, you don't want that dirtiness to dirty your clothes, right? Blood, urine, you hate it. It smells, even though it's small. This is the same thing of the idea of rebirth. The perfect realm, heavenly realm, still considered unsafe and insecure. So it's hard for us to imagine. And 0% worth, no amount of continued becoming is worthwhile at all. For us, We have no idea of all of this. And the good news is that thing, the thing can refer to the truth, can refer to the Dhamma. We're talking about finding the truth in illusion world, right? So that truth, the good news is the Buddha found it, and he tell us where to find it too. Look here, that end of the world where beings are not born, do not age, do not die, do not pass away, and are not reborn. I say that no one can know, can see or reach the end of that world by traveling. So you cannot go find the answer by traveling outside yourself. Look here, in this very fathom long body, with its perceptions and mind, is the Buddha point to the five aggregate. I declare the world. The word world means several things. World can mean the physical world, mountain, rivers, animal. And another meaning of the world here, the world means this very world, body and mind. You are one world, I am one world. The Buddha discovered this world from inside out. The world, the origin of the world, the cessation of the world, and the path that leads to the cessation of the world. Who we are really. Why we come to exist. What happened after we die. This is the question everyone wants to know the answer, but not many of us know how to find the answer. The Buddha showed us the way. You look for the answer to this question in this body and mind. Everything is kept here in your mind. Nothing gets lost. One function of the mind is to keep, just like the gigantic hard drive, never get full. Do good, get good. Do bad, get bad. Not good, not bad. The first life that we were created, we don't know when, we don't know why, we don't know how. But everything from that origin of life up until this moment kept here. Nobody can delete it. But if you keep more good than bad, that mind is good. For some people, they keep more bad than good, badness than goodness. Some people just so ignorant, just neglect all the ethical part of life, just killing, lying, sexual misconduct, no meaning. We want one life, just enjoy life, do whatever it takes to make yourself happy. Take advantage from others without feeling guilty of their own action. Kill their parents, steal someone's stuff, cheat on the wife, without feeling guilty at all. You see that the layer of avijja so deep. Better than that, we know this is good, this is bad, but we still do it. Do bad. You see how strong of avijja. We know this is bad, cheating is bad, lying is bad, sexual misconduct is bad, stealing is bad, alcohol is bad. We still do it. We give up, we surrender. So the second layer, you know it's good, it's bad, but you cannot change your behavior. Just like the guy I mentioned, develop lung cancer, still want to smoke. Cannot change. Avijja is so strong. Better than this, you know it's good, it's bad, but you are trapped in the realm of doing good things. This is very deep. Some people are so trapped into making merit. Some people crave for having good meditation. Some people trapped in the realm of jhana, the deep meditation. And they think this is nibbana, the story of the two teachers of Prince Siddhartha, right, that you learn. They are advanced meditators, Aladaka and Uddaka aesthetics. They trapped in the jhana, and they thought this is it, this is nibbana. But the Buddha went there and learned from them in a few days. But the Buddha to be said, no, this is not the answer. So he left. So we trap, even though we meditate, even though we do good things, we still hold on that. You observe precept, your friend don't observe precept, you think that I'm better than them. You see, avijja is very deep. Again, the good news is the truth that we want to find. The Buddha point to these five aggregates to get to know this. He teach the Four Noble Truths, right? It contains dukkha or suffering, samudaya, the origin of suffering, the nirodha, the cessation or the end of suffering, and the magga, the path that leads to the end of suffering. And there's another Dhamma topic called the dependent origination. These two Dhamma are related. Okay, you see the relationship tomorrow in the handout that I give you. If one understands the Four Noble Truths and one understands the dependent origination, that person understands who they are. Understand your own life, understand the life of others, the problem solved. You get to know the real meaning of life. So it's the duty for us as a student following the teaching of the Buddha to get to know the Four Noble Truths, to get to know the dependent origination. So the truth that we try to find is the Four Noble Truths. This truth is hard to find. It needs someone to achieve enlightenment to tell us this truth. The reason we don't aware of dukkha because our mind is filled with craving, filled with ignorance. We crave for things all the time. And we think that having more of that will make me happy. The example that I shared with you the first day is about we human beings, we trap in the lowest realm of happiness, the happiness that comes from sense pleasure, because in our whole life, we never try something more delicious than the sense pleasure, happiness from the sense pleasure. Just like you only take chocolate ice cream. You never try green tea ice cream or strawberry ice cream. In your world, chocolate ice cream is the best. But the Buddha is the one who experienced different form of delicious, of happiness feeling, a refined form of happiness feeling. He introduced that to us. Guys, it's okay to get rich, to have a lot of money, traveling the world. It's okay as long as you don't break precept and you obey the law. You can enjoy all that material thing. But again, don't stop there. If you're in a better position of not worry about making a living, you're in a better chance to look for a different form of happiness. Go to the temple, learn how to meditate, talk to the monk, read Dhamma book. Then you would know that, wow, there's something else more than just this, more than just chocolate ice cream, something more refined, something more delicious. The word delicious can be in many layers, right? Just like you eat the food from the food box, there are maybe 5 layers. You eat the first menu, so delicious. And then you go to the second menu, second box. So, wow, it's more than the first one. Not that. Go to the third one, it's even more delicious than the first 2. But when you get to the 5th one, you say, wow, this is it. This is the best. Even though first bite, you feel like the first one is the best. The ultimate aim of happiness that a man can realize is Nibbana. So now the Buddha points us to this truth, and this truth can find in here, in this very body and very mind. You don't have to look for someplace else. Here. In the first noble truth, which we will explore that deeper in the later lecture, birth is suffering. Just go through this quickly. Aging is suffering, death is suffering, sorrow, pain, suffering. Associate with something that pleasant or something that you don't like, also suffering. Separate from something you like, something you love, also suffering. You don't get what you want, also suffering. But the Buddha summarized at the end of the first noble truth that the 5 aggregates of attachment are dukkha. This is the truth that we don't aware of that. There is the word 5 aggregate, which we may not know at the moment what they are. We learn about them later on. And because cling on the 5 aggregate, then we having dukkha or suffering. The truth that the Buddha discovered, and he tried to give us the warning. Just like the chariot analogy, one of the female arahants, through her explanation about the 5 aggregates, she summarized that only suffering that arises, only suffering that stays, only suffering that ceases. Other than that, there's nothing in life. It's impersonal process. And the reason we have to call 5 aggregates something, we have to give it a name, right? That's why the being exists, just like the chariot, just like the car. The wheel is not the car, the engine is not the car, the gas tank, the seat is not the car. They just be there together, independently. And then we call all this the car. If we zoom into this very body and mind, we would know that what organ that represent me, Longpi Narong Chai? Is it my ear, my eye, my heart, my lung? None of this is me. The component of this is just there because of the cause and condition, because of the karma that we did in the past, that we born like this, the story, according to the law of karma, right? Born in this family, born in this country, there's a reason for that. We're not just all of a sudden born for no reason. There's a cause and effect that we have done in the past. The key to find the truth is to understand the common characteristic of the nature of this existence. The Buddha point to some three important terms called, number one called Anicha, number two Dukkha, and the third is called Anatta. Anicha usually translates as impermanent. It keeps rising and falling, constant changing moment to moment. But inside this physical that we see, I see you, you see me, the body itself continues to change moment to moment. In 1 minute, 300 million cells die. Your hair today, your nail today, is not the same hair, same nail last week. It gets replenished itself. That's called anicca. It's constant changing, and because of this, it creates dukkha. It cannot stay the same. It's being oppressed to change. Cannot remain like this forever. And nothing much we can do. You can prolong it, but you cannot stop the process. You can eat good food, exercise, take vitamins to live a little bit longer, but cannot run away from death. The body gonna break apart one day. It doesn't matter how much you take good care of your own body. Nothing much you can do. Cannot control. It's uncontrollable. This is anatta. This is the truth, again, that the Buddha discovers. Okay, now you come to know this truth. But when things happen, you get old, you may not like it. You are suffering. One of my friends, when she looked at the mirrors, she noticed her first gray hair for the first time. And that day, she cannot go to work. What's wrong with having gray hair? It's the nature of life, right? We get old. Your wrinkle, your gray hair, you're getting old. You don't look young no more. But we don't like the way we see that, hey, I am getting old. I don't want to get old. And I don't want to look old in the eyes of people. So that day she cannot go to work. She has to go to the hair salon, dye it back to black color. But women, when talking about old age, they don't like it. Why? Because we cling on these 5 aggregates so much. You want to control it, to look like this, to look young, to look beautiful like this for a very long, long time. But once you cannot do that, the reality is you get old. You have wrinkle, no more beautiful. Cannot accept that. Suffering, cannot eat, cannot go to work, cannot go to sleep straight. Oh, I'm getting old, I'm getting close to die, I don't want to die. This is the way it is. Once we cannot accept it, then we end up suffering. And the question is why we cannot accept it. What forced us not to accept the nature of reality of your own life? When someone you love dying, what can you do? I don't want to separate from the person. I don't want they to die. That's the nature of life. That's the truth of life. What would be the practical benefit of us to understand all of this? It helps us to prepare, okay, to be able to accept the nature of life. It helps us to reduce attachment. If you really look into it, reflect on it deeply, and you will live life more aware. Start to see the world in different perspectives that you never looked at it before. Okay, having gray hair, that's okay. Everyone gets old, right? Someone die, everyone die all the time. When you go to someone's funeral, people usually never think that I would die soon. You just go there, talk to your friends, come back, enjoy your life. But in fact, who can guarantee that you will not die tomorrow? That's life that we should reflect. Finding the happiness on a day-to-day basis. Learn how to let go, to accept things, to forgive, to forget, and move on. It's okay to enjoy chocolate ice cream, but don't attach to it. Don't crave for it too much. Okay. So how to live with this illusion world? So cultivate mindfulness. That's number one skill that everyone needs to develop. The mindfulness to be with the present moment. We just observe, okay, where those cravings come from, where those anger come from. Okay, if I lost something, how should I deal with this? Okay, at least make sure that you are mindful. If you don't know what to think, you just come back to your breath. Breathe in and out a few times. If someone says something bad, don't just right away say something bad back to them. Take control. Take a deep breath 3 times. Neutralize those angers and to see what happens. If not enough, go to 10 times. When you get to 10 times, your mind is softer. You get to be more sabai. Then perhaps you can just ignore that, what people said. Contemplate what we learned, the 3 marks of existence. impermanence, dukkha, and non-self. This is what the monks do every day anyway in the chanting, right? We're going to learn the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path deeper than this today lecture, and make sure that you understand those principles and put them into practice. Okay, and each day when you meditate, it's good to share loving kindness and practice letting go. You already practice this, okay, every day. You may not notice that. Because if you meditate and you don't let go, whatever thought that coming in, then the mind cannot be still. You have to some way, somehow, to find a way to let go that thought, that resentment that you might cranky or anger that you might develop before you come to the meditation class. And now we come to the last slide. Since life is so short, so we should have some goal, right? So set direction. Now you come to know the truth. Hey, there's something more than just us being born, okay, have good job, good family, raise the children and die. We don't know there is a life inside of us. We don't know much about the five aggregates, but the Buddha said, okay, you can find this truth into this life. Study the Dhamma, practice meditation. You get to know what is avijja and how to remove avijja, all of that. Setting the direction. There must be some goal. The goal in this very life, how far you want to achieve, and the goal about life after death. Because you're going to come back and reborn anyway. Life is not end here. And wake up to this truth. There is craving, there is ignorance, there is craving, there is clinging in our mind. There are viruses in the mind that we still don't know much about them. Somehow they control us. They control our behavior. They control the way we think, the way we say things, do things. Skillful living. Make sure you observe precept. You can live in this world, but without be dominated by the world itself. You think of the lotus born from the mud, from the water, but there's no water or mud can go into the lotus itself. The Buddha just like this. He compared himself to the lotus. He born in this world, but he's not attached to the world. So you can be anybody, anything you want to be. Be the best version of yourself, but do not attach. Do not allow this craving to dominate your mind. And find time to look through the truth of life and make sure that you have the direct experience to realize that truth. Okay? Ultimately, to realize Nibbana, right? But for now, like I said, is there any different form of happiness that I can realize at the moment? I'm so tired. I work hard, taking care of family, taking care of the company. Is there anything else that can make my mind at ease and happy? At the end of the day, as a boss, as a father, get to know meditation, get to know the Dhamma, right? To look after yourself, make your life more meaningful. So in short, there are the true nature of life that not many of us are aware. So this ultimate truth discovered and revealed by the Buddha to us. So he points to the Four Noble Truths, he points to the Noble Eightfold Path, he points to the dependent origination. This is the deep Dhamma that the Buddha discovered, the deep truth that he discovered. Our job is to find time to study and understand it. Do the best you can to understand it. You're not going to lose anything by getting to know them. Whether you truly understand them or not, it's still worth it to give yourself time to investigate this area of Dhamma, to get to know the five aggregates, to get to know the ignorance, to get to know all of this and how to manage them, to make sure that you can be a happy man every day that you wake up in this world. You may not achieve enlightenment in this world, and that's not my goal too. I don't know how, when. It seems to be far, but I think I can manage to be happy today. Study and share the Dhamma with you, go back to meditate. At least today, I did my best. Any question, any thought, anything you learned, something new today, anything you find it useful for you, your own practice? Tomorrow, I'll elaborate more some of these slides in the class.